Hello and welcome to Dragon Morals. Subscribe if you want to see more of these. I'm going to be releasing these a lot more frequently now. Dragon Flower.
Berk is a small island in the middle of nowhere.
Hiccup narration, foreshadowing the audience about the events of the episode and giving a cautionary tale. Trader Johan, a staple character of the series, first seen here. Also, nice Easter egg to the appendage that Gobble wears for Gift of the Night Fury. The pots didn't track in Hiccup's hand correctly, and his hair glitched out.
Last man who showed up without a gift, left without a head.
Brutal. To Stoic's nonchalant response to the chopping of the mask post thing. I don't know what that's called.
Tornado.
Tornado is now named, and I like the small teething dragon training issues they have at first. Oh, Toothless is sick. Oh, protect him at all costs. The animation looks a bit janky here. Looks like they just added a camera shake filter onto them.
Well, that's ruined. I'll never get that yak to vomit again.
Commitment, I guess. How did all these dragons fall ill at different times? Surely they all got exposed to it at the same time.
How do we stop this?
Gothy!
Also, why didn't they just go to Gothy in the first place, instead of wasting time with Gobber? I think cutting that will make more time for some of the pacing issues I'm seeing in the beginning.
To a moose wearing boots. Shouldn't be hard to find.
With the introduction of Gothy comes the introduction of that gag. Also this.
I've heard Gothy can tell you when you're gonna die, just by looking at your fingernails.
It's just an old wives' tale. She looks at your tongue.
But the background is poorly lit, so it kind of looks like they're just standing in a black void.
They're allergic to something new that's just come to the island.
An amazing detail, even though I don't think it was planned this early. But even in the first episode Johan was in, there is something going wrong caused by him. But he currently has plausible deniability. He's definitely set out the blue Orienals to make the dragon sick.
Gotta know how it ends. No, Rough Nut!
No, rubbing fish legs of knowledge, no. I like it when he geeks out, no. Also, I'm probably just going to say here, the twins kind of mid, like, all episode. They say stuff, but don't contribute, like, anything. Now that is definitely something that Gobbo would wear. Those spine shots are a little bit far over to come from that direction. Looks like they came from her face. Should be at a slight different angle as well. Also, an unfunny fart joke. And trust me, I like my potty humour. I laugh at a man shouting bottom on stage. Bottom! I am secretly 5 years old inside. Some weird glitchiness there on Tornado?
You did this.
What? Or it was mildew, as we never saw what he received from his cabbages. But Johan is still in compliance. He surely knew what they did.
Did your book say anything about a cure?
I like the subtle foreshadowing with the book. Fishlegs getting the book in the beginning of the episode and it relating to the end, explaining the cure. Integrating it within the story instead of the writers coming up with something out of the blue. Thus the audience would be more willing to go along with it.
And poisonous to reptiles.
Which means poisonous to dragons.
Blue oleander is poisonous to reptiles. And dragons are reptiles.
We know that.
Weird line repetition there. You should have just went straight to the point.
Let's go find ourselves a Scaldron.
I thought you'd never ask. I spent my whole life trying to kill them. Now look at me.
Aww, Stoic and Hiccup came for their dragons. Especially Stoic. It's nice to see the extension of his character arc.
It was a stupid idea to begin with.
Easy, son. That's not why we're here.
Hiccup knows why he's there. He's the one who pretty much came up with the plan, and he didn't even get to say anything yet. And I imagine he would have repeated why he was actually there. I don't know, just an odd dialogue.
Scalder.
An awesome intro, and new dragon.
Secure his neck with this! I'll lasso his horn!
Teamwork. It's nice to see Stoic, Gobber and Hiccup all working together. It's rare that we get to see that, and especially without their dragons.
Careful, son!
Aw, caring.
Hey, look out! Hiccup behind you!
Saving Hiccup.
Got it!
How is Gobber and Hiccup strong enough to hold down the Scaldron, where Stoic and Gobber just about managed?
It's one thing for me
Grab
to...
the bucket or I'll throw you overboard myself!
Brutal. Stoic being chief. I'm surprised it took this long for the Skuldron to use his boiling water blast. They tend to open up with that move. Also, a great sequence. The action, the dragon. Comeuppance. And there's some innuendos there that I don't think were intentional.
Wait. Isn't there something a little smaller you can use?
Probably.
But funny. Why isn't Gothi there as well? She's the one who heals.
I watched my own arm get devoured by a monstrous nightmare.
I'm fairly sure this point is consistent with the rest of the franchise. I'll keep an ear out if there is any contradictions from now on, and address it there and then.
I'm going into the forest to scream.
That one's a bit more subtle, I didn't catch that on my first viewing.
Relax, Dad. It's gonna be fine.
I like the pacing from Stoic. He still cares about his dragon now. Oh my gosh.
Tornado!
Oh my god, all the feels.
A deadly flower, venomous sea dragon, and mildew's butt.
Hiccup narration, but the dragons are now better. I personally really liked this episode. It has action, it's funny, and we see a new dragon in the Skuldron. Episodes centered around the dragons are always the best ones, but I felt like there was a bit of a pacing issue initially, with the dragons falling ill very quickly. Maybe more of a subtle digression from them all, then move on. They could add this in rather than some repeating line/information and wasting a minute or two with Gobba instead of going straight to Gothi. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time for a two-parter, and these episodes will release back to back. TTFN, ta-ta for now.